Okay, fantastic. So, we're back. We're back. It's been a while since I've recorded a YouTube video, but I had to do this special YouTube video. First and foremost, if this is the first time you are locked in to my channel, I'd just like to first and foremost welcome you to Alicia Latoya's channel. This is where I talk about my journey in business, in life. Sometimes I add a bit of spirituality in there. And I'm talking about the Bible. Sometimes I talk about learnings, failures. I do little job adverts sometimes. It really, really varies. I have been inconsistent. I'm gonna hold my hands up to that. However, when I drop, I drop. So if this is your first time, second time, or if you've returned, thank you. I'm encouraging you to subscribe because I'm so random. Whenever I do drop a video, it's at random moments in time. So you just have to literally lock in and subscribe so that you do not miss any notifications on my next video. So let's first of all get started. This video doesn't have what title am I gonna call this? I feel like I'm gonna decide on the title at the end. But anyway, first and foremost, as you can see, I'm in Marrakesh. And I have to open up with thanks to God again. I could always have to thank him because he has exceeded my expectations with this trip. So I don't know if any of you remember, at some point in the year, I was talking about doing a creators trip for the community. I'm going to go into the story behind it, why, some of the challenges we've come across along the way and even planning and how we got to where we are. But I want to inspire someone out there that has an idea that is just a really random idea that feels far within reach, to just walk on the path and just follow the steps in front of you. Because me being right here in Marrakesh is a testimony, it's not even it's a testimony. It's a different type of testimony. And I'm still being tested and I'm still finding it challenging, but I'm here. So let's get started first and foremost with the traditional prayer, opening prayer. I have to make sure that I'm in the right frame of mind before I speak. I have to also make sure that you're in the right frame of mind and you can receive everything that I'm saying in the best possible spirit as well. So let's get started. First and foremost, let me sit back. I feel like this cushion is taking up. Oh, yeah, let me get comfortable. So, first and foremost, I just want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for allowing us to all be here as creators on this trip. It's been so challenging. It's been so also amazing at the same time. You've shown me so much. You've taught me so much on the journey, and I'm so grateful. I'm not perfect, and still, you always find a way to still bless me and make me feel like I'm your favorite. So thank you so much for always doing that. I want to thank you for blessing me with another year of life as well. I don't take that for granted at all. For anyone else that's out there that needs some type of encouragement, that needs comfort, I pray that I'm able to deliver a message and also give useful information in this YouTube video that's going to pass on beyond just the ears, but it's really going to touch souls. It's going to bless people and, yeah, inspire them to be the best versions of themselves. Thank you. In your name I pray. Amen. Perfect. So, I have to start off with the prayer all the time. So hopefully that was a blessing for you. And if you're not a Christian, you're about to be, okay? You're about to be. So first of all, the creator trip. Why did I decide to do a creator trip in the first place? So bigger context, right? I've been doing events for about 5 years and they're great. Like, I think networking events are absolutely fantastic. You meet great people, you connect, you can grow connections. But it's actually when I went to Cannes Lion Festival 3 years ago, it opened my mind up to the deeper connections because you're away with people. And even still with Cannes Lion, you're not on a trip with people. You're just on a trip to do networking and you're seeing the same people over and over again. So that in itself helped me to build really strong relationships. And that kind of planted a seed in my head. And I thought to myself, what if some of the good relationships that I have established actually... pause for 1 second. Is the light okay? Do I need to press it? Oh, it's okay. Okay. What if I thought to myself, actually, what would happen if we brought together a bunch of creatives that I've actually met over the years that are really, really great at what they do, but they can benefit from deeper connections, because sometimes you might be the only person in your group that does what you do. You might be the only person in your community, in your family, that does what you do, or even has the thought to do what you do. And the only way that you become stronger and better in the walk and in the path that God has for you is by surrounding yourself with people that can hold you accountable, that can help you to share ideas, that can encourage you, that can see the best in you, that can push you. That is what we need. And I thought to myself, events never really do that. They might. You might happen to find someone that can inspire you from one conversation, and you can get a relationship. But generally, when you're on a trip, you have no choice but to be yourself. There's no hiding away. And the conversation goes beyond, what do you do? What can I do for you? Let's connect on LinkedIn. It goes beyond that, right? You actually start getting into, what's your story? I have time to listen to your story. I have time to actually appreciate who you are in so many different forms, in the morning, in the night, when you're stressed, when you're happy. I can see you in different forms, and it really helps you to shape and appreciate different people's characters when you're able to do that. So I wanted to create a space for that. I also wanted to give a brand an opportunity to benefit from it. And I didn't know what brand that would be. I was just saying, okay, it might be good for a brand to benefit. It could have just been my brand, Black Create Connect, right? And our agency. Wasn't sure. So the plan was initially, guys, this is where it gets a bit sticky, okay? So that was the initial idea. The plan was to have creators pay for their trip, to come. We have one main villa, and we do excursions, we do workshops, we do workouts. You know, just keep it really simple in 1 week. Now, when we first put out the video in January, I think we got about 79, 80 sign-ups as an interest sign-up. Now, I'm gonna keep it transparent with you. You know, I'm not gonna BS anyone, okay? When we went through that list, we had to qualify people. What does that mean? We can't just have any person coming on the trip in a personal space. It's personal. So we have to vibe check people. We have to see what their motivations are behind coming. What do they want to gain? What do they want to give? And we had to sense check their character, because it makes a massive difference to the whole vibe on the trip. So there was a process to that. So we looked at people's social medias. And I'm going to be real about that. If I didn't see much about you on social media, and I didn't know anything about you from a friend or someone in my network, it's unlikely that we would have contacted you, because it's very hard to kind of know a bit more. If, however, you signed up, because there was people that signed up, they were that person, didn't see much on social media, but I met them in person. I was like, yeah, you're great. So social media kind of gives like an insight into this. Anyway, so we've done that. Long story short, guys, we had about maybe 10 people pay deposits to come, and we had 2 people follow through. People dropped out for various reasons. And one of the things that I know in life is that absolutely nothing goes to plan. Nothing. And I'm going to be raw and real with you, right? When we first booked the villa, we had to put down a deposit. But the initial villa that we had was expensive. So I said to Kendall, who was co-planning it with me, shout out Kendall, who's been amazing. I said to her, I'm not putting down like a couple of grand until we get X amount of bookings paid for. That's how I work. When it comes to business, like finances, like doing things, I don't play. I'm like, I need to make sure that this is going to be profitable, or we're going to break even. And with the dropouts, it weren't looking like it was going to be a break even. It was looking like a loss. And one thing I'm done with is doing business for losses. I think I've done my fair share. So unless it's a new height, right, I'm cool to do that. But I thought for this type of trip, I know the value that it's going to bring. You know, I don't want it to be a loss. So around May times, I started to clock onto the pattern of people dropping out, taking long to make a decision. And for the 2 creators that did pay, one thing I can say about them is that shout out to, I don't want to say her name incorrectly, so I'm going to say the two individuals that paid and trusted us with nothing, like with no proof of anything, with no concept, just met us and said, we want to come. I appreciate, like, people like you. If it wasn't for those 2 people, we may not be in this trip, because my thing was, we need to make sure the trip happens for those people, because they've invested their money and they've paid to come. So we need to make sure this is something. So anyway, I remember again, we was trying to do deals, pitching, trying to find different ways to get people to sign up. But the reality is, right, there's a cosy living, I think. Hopefully we're out of it now, but people don't have disposable income. And if they haven't seen anything, it's really difficult for them to bite into going on a whole trip. So that was really difficult. Even people that I knew, I felt like they had personal circumstances that kind of held them back. And I thought to myself, okay, well, I can continue to hammer down the consumer approach, or I can try B2B. I can trial going for brands and getting brands to sponsor and actually bringing creators that I want to be with, that I think should be here. So that process started in June. And the process started, I remember it was a week before Cannes, and I created like a deck about sponsoring the creator trip and so forth. And I was talking to companies. Like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a mouse. You know how mice like squiggle around your house, like they've got somewhere to be? I was like a mouse in Cannes, just person to person, like trying to really get people to sponsor the trip. Now, the conversations were fine, and of course you're going to get follow-ups and let's have a meeting and people airing you and all the rest of it. So that happened naturally. But in fact, earlier in June, I went to South by Southwest. And I remember going to speak to different organisations and companies, one in which was Canva. Now, with this particular contact, I remember when I spoke to him, I was very intense. By the way, guys, if you haven't noticed already from my videos, I can be intense, but I don't care. Because if there's a message that I need to get across, if there's something that I need to say or do, I'm going to do it. You can either listen or not. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, he was really accommodating. I've learned that I also need to start gatekeeping names, so I'm not going to tell you the person's name. I've learned that. But if you find it, you find it. But I met him. He was really amazing to speak to. We took a picture together. Networking hack, always take pictures with key contacts that you meet. And I remember, I felt like we connected. When I left South by Southwest and I followed up with him, complete air. But the reason why initially in June I didn't really care, I wasn't bothered too much, is because I was still casting my net wide. So a lesson, if you are starting a business or if you're trying to grow in business, cast your net wide so you're not desperate. Like, have multiple streams. Like, I can't tell you how many different ways I currently have an income. Like, it's diversified since January, because I realised if one source pauses or stops for whatever reason, or they can't supply anymore, you have to have something else that is keeping you going, that is overflowing as well, right? So that's something, that's something that I had to learn, and I'm doing. But anyway, so I wasn't desperate. However, I really thought to myself, this could benefit the brand in different ways. Now, one of the things that I would say when you're looking at also pitching to brands, and I said this in a workshop on this trip, I said, you have to understand what is your current value and what's going to be valuable to them, and how much are they going to pay for it? Like, how much ROI is this technically going to bring them? Think about those things. So for myself, I thought to myself, well, I have a proven community. I have bodies to show in pictures and videos. I've done work with big brands, so I'm somewhat reliable. And I attract a lot of creators to our events. So one of the things I looked into with brands that we wanted to work with was, how much do they value UGC creators? How much are they using Black content creators? Is this a new area that they can kind of pop into? Can they attract a new audience just by using different faces and different voices? So I started brainstorming and thinking of other ways that, other companies that I can kind of work with, started reaching out to them. Long story short, guys, I'll say probably from June all the way to July to August, I was getting complete and utter air. Like, literally, I wasn't hearing back from not even just Canva, but companies. Some of them were coming back and they were saying, oh yeah, next year, or our budget, or whatever, different reasons. And in the meantime, we still didn't have new creator sign-ups. So I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say probably in around August times, mid-August. I wasn't worried. I was never worried, but I was in constant problem-solving mode. And this is the thing. I feel like, again, when you're a solo entrepreneur, or if you're trying to build any type of brand or agency or step outside the box, you can't stay stuck for too long. You need to have short reaction times. You can't have like long, you can't be sitting there and be like, oh, this isn't happening. Oh no, you can't do that. Like, there's no time for that. You have to just act quick and just move. So that's what I was doing. So I didn't even have time, and people are messaging me, asking me, what's going on with the trip? Like, I even had Lamar saying like, what's going on? I was like, I'll come back to you. Trust me, I'll come back to you. I had my girls saying to me, what's going on? I said, I'll come back to you, because I want to focus. And sometimes you've got to cut out people and just say, guys, I'm going to come back to you. I need to focus on this one thing right now, get this result. And then when you've done that, then you can have that bigger conversation. I think sometimes when you spend a lot of time worrying, discussing the issue, or even just planning with no action, that wastes time. So you need to just, I'm gonna say planning with no action, talking about the plans, but you need to actually do the work. So there's a lot of different tools that I actually discovered that help me also in general to be more advanced in the work that I'm doing. I don't want to diversify too much in my content, but I've done an AI and content event that was sponsored by BBC. But I'll get onto that one. The content creator trip now, how you managed to get Canva involved. So effectively what happened is, I was just hounding them. I was sending voice notes on LinkedIn. I was following up with the person that I met. I was connecting with the wider team. I just wasn't giving up. And then on a random, like, I think it was, I can't tell you what day it was. I need to find the date in my phone. It's long to go to it, but I'm sure it was the end of August. My contact came back to me and said, are you free for a call tomorrow? Now, when he said, are you free for a call tomorrow? My immediate reaction was, I need to make sure I've got this deck ready. So do you know what I did in 24 hours? I made that deck. Like, if you're serious about anything, I'm telling you, in life, time isn't a factor. You're gonna get it done. Like, if you don't sleep that night, don't sleep that night then. I'm not saying that, it sounds so unhealthy me saying this, but if you want it, you have to do the work. So I have that attitude where if you don't want it that badly, you won't do it. So anyway, I put the deck together, made sure it's personalised. I wanted to make sure that if I've got a meeting with them, I'm pitching in the first meeting. And that's one thing that I encourage everyone to do. Again, if you're trying to get to a result, if you're trying to pitch an idea to someone, if you've finally got a meeting with a busy person, don't waste their time talking and doing a get to know chat. Don't waste their time doing that. Pitch to them immediately, right? But within the pitch, show you've done your research, show you understand their needs and what they want and where they're going. Show these things in your pitch deck. And that's a whole nother conversation, again, that I can go into with pitch decks, but that's what I was saying. Second of all, when I spoke to him, I got the names and I got almost like the map out of who does what are your responsibilities. They didn't have budget for this, by the way, but I then said, what would make you create budget? Like, where do you spend marketing budget on things that are on demand or things that you need? And that's where his mind kind of unlocked to, okay, we could go to the growth marketing team. And that's basically influencer marketing. So you have to find ways, guys and girls, when you're having conversations, don't take no always for an answer. Understand why it's a no, right? So if they say, oh, I haven't got any budget or it's not a plan, why? What's the reason? Because there's no budget for this because it's not important enough. I haven't given a good enough reason for it. Or there's another area that you're prioritizing or you're not even thinking about that. You have to always understand why and get your answers. So that's what I'd encourage. I did that. And then again, air. So do you know what I did when he aired me? I actually gave him a deadline to come back to me by, and he met the deadline actually. But when I gave him a deadline, I put a calendar invite in his diary to get back to Alicia by this date, so he remembered. One thing I'll say is make their life easier. Whoever you're working with, if you're trying to pitch, trying to get someone on board, make their life easier by helping them do less work. I love working with people where I don't need to think too hard. I hate, like one thing I hate doing is like doing micro in any capacity, whether it's with a client or a service provider, because it takes up too much of my brain space, especially as a entrepreneur. I'm being honest. I'd rather do what I specialize in, you do what you specialize in, we work great together. That's it, initiative taken. So that's the main thing. Anyway, so came back to me. He said that he's still having conversations internally, updated me. And to be honest with you, I think one of the key things that helped with this is gonna sound so bizarre, but was the energy that I had around me. Because everyone that I spoke to about it assumed that it was gonna happen. My parents, my friends, they assumed it was already, and I was like, guys, I haven't heard back yet. And they were like, they're gonna say yes. And I'm like, but you haven't been in the conversations. You haven't seen the deck. How do you know this? But I'm telling you, when you have these people around you, my mindset is already framed around, I've got it. So I'm now following up in a way that draws them in versus pushing them away. I have been guilty of pushing away follow-ups where I'm like, well, if you don't want it, then just tell me then, innit? Like I've been guilty of doing that. That's pushing people away because they're like, oh, good thing we've dodged a bullet there. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you follow up with putting someone in, an example of that is, hey, I'm looking forward to working with you. Let me know if this brief matches your expectations or what you'd like to change before you've even got the work. It's hard for them to really tell you no and to reject everything that you're doing. So that's one thing that I'll say. Make sure that you're drawing people in even when you're trying to get follow-ups. Long story short, my kind contact put me on a call with the international growth marketing team, and they were kind enough. They were like, when I got on the call with them, the vibe was like, yeah. It's like they had already decided because the conversation was just aligned. They got it. They got it. And I'll be honest with you, I pitched the same idea to a competitor brand, and they didn't get it. And let me tell you something about England, yeah. None of my contacts for Canva are English. Not saying there's anything bad with that, but I feel like the Britons, they think too linear. They think too like straightforward, like, oh, this doesn't match this and this. Think outside of the box. Like, can we just have more outside? And this is why I want to go international with my content, with what we do, with where we are, because we meet different people, we're in different environments, and we're not constrained to the Londoner way of thinking. We have to think in a way that's going to be inspiring for others. Like we need to inspire our own lives. Like now we know, looking at this villa, like it's attainable. We can buy a place like this. We don't have to spend your money on a flat in London. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many other things you can do with your money, with your time, with your resources. There's so many other places that you can connect. And I'm a firm believer in finding ways to do that, right? Especially if at some point this year, I'll tell you, I felt very like stuck and very confined. That's really why you haven't seen or heard from me, because I've just been focused and trying to figure out how to get out the stuckness. But when you figure out, okay, getting out of the suckness means stepping outside of what I usually do, being in different environment spaces, it makes a massive difference. So yeah, they kind of got it. They got it. And ever since then, working with them has been absolute, it's been a pleasure because they just communicate well. Like there's nothing better than a client that communicates well, gives updates. They're clear, they have faith as well. Like, it's the relationship's been amazing. But onto the creator trip. Being here, guys, being here has been, I've cried too much, so you're not gonna get no tears from me today, okay? I've cried the whole week, I'm tired of crying. But being here has been absolutely phenomenal. Like it's exceeded my expectations. So just to confirm, there's 24 of us here. Remember we had 2 people that paid? And then a 3rd person that paid last minute. We have, 24 of us that are here. And this was pretty much signed off like 2 weeks before. Tell me that ain't God. Tell me that's not God. Tell me something else, right? In addition to that, I had an AI and content event as well. And I remember I was on a call to BBC about something else and that was not gonna go ahead. But I mentioned the event. They came on board as a sponsor a week before. You know when you walk in faith and when you walk with just lightness and you walk in just abundance, people want to work with you. And people are happy to share ideas with you. People are happy to collaborate with you because I can see it and I can feel it. I'm not perfect, I'm learning, but align yourself with abundant mindsets. When you're saying an idea out loud, don't let nobody come and tell you, oh yeah, are you sure that you can? No. Let's figure out how we're gonna get there. How are we gonna get there? What you wanna get a place in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia? Cool. How are you gonna get there? What's the steps? Those are the friends that you need to have around you. Those are the people you need to have around you. People that ask questions on how. People that are curious. Like, one of the things that I say over and over again, the only way you gain wisdom is by being curious, asking questions, discovering, digging deeper. So you need to make sure you're doing that, not even just with business, but in your life, right? Not irritating people with questions, but really understanding. Because I think also on a question and curiosity level, the only way I've managed to even foster good relationships with creators or people in business is because I've understood them. And that requires questioning, listening, understanding, moving forward, right? I'm a straight talker, so I like people to know what it is with me and vice versa. It's like, talk to me, talk to you, because that's how you build a genuine relationship, because you just know how to deal with it. So on this trip, I just don't understand how it's happened, but the vibe, I can't, like, you have to have been here. Like, you have to have been here, but the vibe has been a blessing. Like, people are like family now. They've built such unbreakable bonds. I can see it, I can feel it, I love it. I love seeing people help each other out of their content, exchanging ideas. I know that people are thinking of things ahead. In fact, we need to do a reunion. Like, we need to sit down and do, like, when we get back to London, we need to sit down and do a reunion and recap the trip, because I feel like it can't end here. We can't just go home and be like, bye guys, you know? We need to make sure that we're talking more about this. And of course, this is the start of something, right? We're going to travel the world. Remember I said this, we're traveling the world. And in fact, what we want to do is keep the core creators that have been, like, the OGs almost, and add to that. And if you want to be part of that journey, come and meet us at events. Come and connect with us. Build real relationships with us, because we don't want to ruin the vibe. We want to just add to it and grow. We want to get amazing brands. Who knows? Canva might just be the brand sponsor in all of the trips that we do. Who knows, right? Like, we want to continue this relationship. We want to continue creating good content. And I think also some other things I've observed is people are learning, because they're doing UGC content, people are learning about new ways to approach UGC as well, and what brands are looking for. This can be used for them to be pitching to other brands. Also, I want to shout out ASOS. ASOS gifted us clothes. ASOS. They gifted us some nice pieces, honestly. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see some. But also, even Nana posted some, Aaron posted some, SHEIN posted some. Like, different people posted in their ASOS outfits. Lamar, did you post some?
I'm about to.
Okay, he's about to. Like, ASOS, thank you. You have absolutely been amazing with gifting, so thank you so much. Also, it's rated by Monique. So Monique is the founder of It's Rated By, and she stepped in last minute to gift us some wonderful, beautiful products, and I'm so grateful. Like, I don't think I even spoke to her about it. I didn't ask. And this is the thing, like, people around you that just see a way to step in, that's the type of people I need. I need people that just step in when they see I'm stressed, or step in when they see there's something to add. Just do it. Let's just do it. Do you know what I mean? And she just saw a video of me posting about the trip before last week, and she was like, oh, I guess I'll give some stuff to you. Okay, thank you. Right? Someone else, so SKINIRI as well. Shout out Letitia, who's the founder of SKINIRI. They're a body oil brand. They do face oil, body oils. I have been using their products for the past year, and look at my skin. Look at my skin. Look at it. Okay? go get you yours. But she gifted, again, facial skincare products for everybody to use and to glow in the sun whilst we're out here. And she's a black-owned brand as well. So I'm so happy. And I want to see more black-owned brands like out here, like being represented. And there's so many things that we use and do. I want to bring a chef out here next time because I realised one thing, me and Kendall don't really eat that much. We don't really cook. I don't know what we were thinking trying to cook food or trying to arrange food for people, because that was a disaster. It's learnings though, because today I spoke to my dad. I said, Dad, next time I'm bringing you out here to cook for everybody, because all of that, all going to the shopping and buying groceries and trying to read everything in like French and it's too much. It's too much. Like, let me just focus on the content. Let me just focus on the socializing. It's too much. Like, so, or we're gonna have to have more money so that we can pay to have everyone go to restaurants every single night, because this cooking thing is giving oven pizza and oven chips and noodles. Everyone's gonna walk out looking like Indomie. Everyone's gonna walk out looking like Indomie. Because that's what we've been feeding everyone. It's unintentional, guys, it's learning. I put a disclaimer out there to everybody. in the group. When I first came, I said, you are our beta. You are our experiment. We can now see what does and doesn't work, okay? But overall, it's a great time, but we can now see what does and doesn't work. For example, things that I think do work really well, actually, is having days to do nothing. Like, we need more nothingy days. Today was a nothingy days, and yeah, I still found myself doing something. It was busy. Because you want to just enjoy your time in the villa and just relax and just do nothing. Like, there's so much peace in that. At the same time, have a couple of daring activities. We did hot air balloon, yeah? Remember telling us something about this hot air balloon, okay? I don't know if you guys have done it before, but I was quite shocked when we had to climb. We had to climb in. I'm gonna see if I can get them out to add like a little clip of the video so you can see exactly what we're talking about. We had to climb in, like our bodies had to lie flat and inside. And then it was really rough, but it was one of those experiences that I'll do one time, and I did it. And it was beautiful. It was so therapeutic. And this world is beautiful. Let me tell you something about creativity. Use your creativity, because God created, He is the master of creativity. He wants you to be creative. He wants you to continue to grow in your creativity, because the world is so beautiful. Like, it was so beautiful to do. It was such a nice bonding experience. We had to wake up early, but it was worth it. I don't know if I should tell you guys this. No, it's too much. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you guys this. This is the internet, Alicia. People can really roast you from one clip, so I'm not saying it. But it was a good time. We also did quad biking, camel riding in the desert. We took some banging pictures in the desert as well. I have to also say, like, huge shout out to the creative team as well. Like, Del and Lamar have been so, like, they're tired sometimes, I can tell, but they've been incredible. Like, if you need a creative team that's gonna run after you when you're on the camel, Lamar will do it. I was so shocked. I thought I was gonna get on the camel. And I saw him running, like, behind us. I was like, okay, this is fun. But honestly, the creative team have been so amazing. Also the creators, like, they've been doing their own blogs and content and recaps just freely and just posting and tagging without being prompted. And I just feel so grateful and blessed. And everyone, the thing is, it's a weird one because people are thanking me, but I'm like, thank yourselves, because you could have been a brat. You could have been annoying, but you weren't, okay? You weren't, you were cool. And you came with an open heart, not knowing anyone really, not knowing too much about what is going on here, and you came and you delivered. So it's everyone's responsibility here that has done an amazing thing. Also, one of the things that I want to touch on is the fact that creators might get confused by me, because one minute they'll be partying with me and having a good time, and the next minute I'm giving them deadlines. Can be a bit confusing, right? And yesterday, yeah, it's funny because when I was in the club, we went to a club. Fiatro, shout you out, Fiatro. We had a great time, Fiatro. Yeah, we're going to show some clips, Fiatro in Marrakesh. If you're looking for somewhere to go out and have a good time, the Fiatro, they did that. They looked after us nice. But literally, I was thinking, is this what it's like when you have like your own company? Is this what this? You know, back in the day when you had a company, it's like you go with your boss, and then next day they're telling you what to do. It's like, what? You're confusing me. So I've had to also learn the balance, right? Because I'm an emotionally driven person, and I have to literally switch to logic and being pragmatic, like the next day. And I'm like, this is too much. I just want to have a good time. I actually just want to jump in a pool. But I have to be sensible, and I have to make sure that we hit our deliverables. I've got to make sure that people are briefed properly, where, you know, things are done in an orderly way. So it's a lot. Another thing I have to say as well, I cannot not do this video without talking about this person. Kendall. Kendall Adewabale. Yeah, Kendall, you. She has not only just been a friend, but she's been a visionary, she's been an enabler, she's been someone that has supported me, she's partnered with me. From day one, this idea took place. She could have said, I don't think that's a good idea for you, or I think that that's something that, you know, is too much, like, slow down, that's too much right now. My girl said, I want to do it with you. I want to support you. Like, that, and I was like, okay, cool, like, how much? And again, I didn't know how much Kendall wants to take on. Kendall has taken on literally 50-50. Like, she's literally taken off. I don't even know what the travel plans are. She's just got to sort it out. Like, I don't know. So certain things I just left to her, and she just had it in check. She was the chief operations officer on this trip, and she was the best jobs worth you'll ever find, okay? She was fantastic. At nighttime, we had arguments, not arguments, but debates, saying, I wonder if they hate me or you more today. Like, who they hate more? Like, you? Because sometimes we're just trying to round everyone up and be like, come on guys, deadline now. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. But ultimately, Kendall's been magical, man. She's been magical. Her patience, her assertiveness, her understanding. Me, sometimes I can go from 0 to 100, and she helps to keep me so level and say, look, give this person a chance, or just look at this from this way, or, you know, she really helps to keep me like that, and it's really necessary. So thank you, Kendall. I appreciate you. What time is it? Because I'm hungry. We're gonna go to Nobu. I'm gonna get that lamb and lamb chops and Nobu. Oh my gosh. If you ain't had the lamb chops and Nobu Marrakesh, get them today. It's so nice. But anyway, this trip has been incredible. If you're looking to potentially come on the next creator trip, then please apply, okay? And it doesn't mean that we're gonna be judging you. We're just making sure that this is an alignment for you and for those. Because again, for me, it's not necessarily about me liking you. It's about, are you going to align with the creators on this trip? And just to clarify, the creators on this trip, from what I identify, they have big visions, they're supportive, they're kind, they're considerate, they're fun, okay? They're like enjoyment. They're non-confrontational, really and truly. They're understanding, they're creative. They're going to be like, this is the type of group we have, right? I said to everybody, we're all family, so we all share everything here. That's the kind of family I've been brought up in. Like, I've had everyone live in my house growing up, so I'm so used to sharing. That's the environment that we have here. Sharing, whatever it is, we all got each other's back. Like, no one leaves anyone behind. Like, that's just how it is. If you want to be a part of that space, if you feel like you need that community, then apply. And I also just, again, want to shout out myself. Damn. Shout out myself. I don't do this often. So, and sometimes I have to acknowledge it. But honestly, Alicia Latoya Richardson, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. The reason why is because I know that you have had doubts. I know that you've had challenges. I know sometimes you haven't even had the finances to execute the things that you envision. But you have so much faith, it happens. And somewhere, somehow, a door opens and something happens. So I just want to encourage you, Alicia, I'm talking to you for when you're watching this back, to continue to have a heart that you have, grow it in Christ, see the best in people. Don't be letting no one take you for an idiot though, okay? Make sure you learn from things. Make sure that you also allow others to lead in the spaces that you're in too, because you're a decision maker, but you're not the only person that has great ideas, love, okay? Other people got great ideas too. So make sure you do that. And yeah, like, keep doing you, keep having great people around you. I'm really grateful. I hope I haven't missed anybody out. I'm just trying to think. I haven't missed anyone out. Thank you, Marrakesh. Thank you, Marrakesh, for being so welcoming to us. Where should we go next, guys? I know where I want to go next. I want to go to South Africa next. That's on my heart. But where do you think we need to go next? Let us know, right? But in the meantime, I actually want you guys to see like just the outside. Feel free. Can you just give like a little show of like how beautiful this space is, please? This is villa number 1, by the way. Oh, you can't do that. It's fine. Never mind.
We've done that.
Oh, okay, they've done it. Okay, never mind. Perfect. So, I mean, we had also 4 villas. I would love to. I have categories, by the way, and personality traits for each villa. I'm gonna say villa 4. I'll say we're the aunties. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we're the aunties. I am anyway, because I'm happy to sleep every night, but you know, that's fine. Villa 1, give me brother and sister vibes. Like, they're like the kids. Like, when I go back to London, I'm gonna be like, oh, no one's calling me. No one's asking me for food. What's going on? I'm gonna have withdrawals. I'm gonna need you guys to call me for something so I can feel useful. But they're like brothers and sisters. I'm gonna say Villa 2 are giving Love Island. Love Island, okay? Every day there's a couple, this is happening, this is a picture, couple picture, this. They were giving that, okay? Villa 3 were giving just calm. In fact, they joined Villa 1. They weren't even Villa 3. Villa 3 just completely stripped their identity and just joined Villa 1, and they became part of the brother and sister crew. It was just honestly so beautiful to see and watch and experience. And yeah, I can't wait for many more trips like this. So shout out to me. Obviously, when this comes out, it's not gonna be my birthday, but it was my birthday yesterday. So feel free to wish me a happy birthday, and I'm accepting things. I'm gonna put my Amazon storefront down in the bio, okay? So feel free to buy me a gift. And also, other adverts is I have a SHEIN affiliate link. So if you want to buy this outfit, it's available on SHEIN in my pics. So I'll put the link in the bio so you can get this outfit. And then also this hair, it's not mine. It's a wig. It's a half wig, okay? It's from ISEEHAIR. And again, I have an affiliate link for that as well, because I'm no longer plugging things without getting paid. So the link's gonna be there. You can buy it. It's a great wig. It's been in the water, it's been in the dust, it's been in the dirt. And yeah. And also shout out my parents. They've been the best BTS support. My mum, Alison Richardson, has been amazing. Like, from ideas, from listening to me rant, to just believing in me, like, everything is great. So yeah, man, this is a reminder. If you have an idea, even if you haven't got the resources, the finances, anything for it, you are enough. You taking one step in front of you is enough. So don't worry, don't stress. You've got this. And yeah, I hope this video inspires someone to just take a step in a scary direction and do some dope stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share. And yeah, I'm thankful for you watching. Take care. Bye.